Hello, everyone. I hope you all are doing well. This is the 19th of October, the weekly review for this week. I think that I'm going to be talking about it's not a financial advice, it's just the way of how exactly I'm reviewing the market, and you need to do your own analysis when it's coming to the market. So you stay safe with this, just for the guys that they joined recently our Discord for the free section. Um, the sections that you're going to be seeing it's this section, which is it's the free section. You're going to have the market update that it's I'm dropping for you the Zoom links here, or if it's going to be a YouTube, like once I'm going to upload the session. And the other part that you can get the benefits from it, just make sure that you're going to enable this channel by going to browse, and you're going to find this um, um, channel that it's the educational recording. And I just posted for you all the educational sessions that we dropped it before, so you can get the benefits from it. The first one of it, it's going to be a market introduction. The second one, it's going to be a yearly open, monthly open, quarterly open bias. The third one, it's going to be a market environment. The fourth one, it's going to be yeah, it's just like some kind of scalps and swing plays. The other one also, it's going to be like weekend ranges, and also AG high, AG low of Monday. You have also another one that it's a trade execution. This will help you to understand at least the way how exactly I'm looking at things. Um, I will be also choosing, like, let's say this week, six winners that they're going to join our normal premium, I would say, Discord. I'm not going to call it premium, it's just like our Discord. Um, we do have a lovely family that they've been with me for, I would say, 2 years now. Uh, they've been just doing amazing. So that's for the first part. The second part that I also want to talk to you about it, which is you can keep an eye on YouTube. I'm going to be uploading more videos there. Also, it's going to be more educational videos that I'm going to upload it for you guys. So let's start with this, and let's move to the charts, because that's what you all been waiting for. So we're going to start with BTC, going into a clean chart and just analyze things with the way how exactly the market been moving today. I posted for you this on X, which is the only thing that you wanted to be looking at it is the price to keep holding at around these levels. The price kept holding it in a beautiful way, moving to the upper side, can bank some profits. Tomorrow is a new day, and we will see how exactly things it's going to play from there. Um, Now, in regards to other things, also, like, let's say that I wanted to clear it for you, for like the guys that they already asked about some kind of like identifying momentum. The momentum was extremely clear on BTC, that it was just like still it's not picking momentum on the 4 hours time frame. You came, you reclaimed the momentum in a very nice closing, back retest, continuation. I don't use momentum or EMAs for trading, not by any chance. It's just to identify momentum. And if you will be looking at a high time frame momentum, let's just clear the chart, because it's not really important for us now to look at it, and hopefully trading view is not going to keep lagging. So for the momentum still, like on a daily basis, yeah, you can just like, trade toward the median, and then after that continue lower. It's very possible you can push also to the upper side. Still, we didn't pick momentum to the upper side, but there is a possibility, just a possibility, that we can push to upper levels. Now let's work things in a proper way and see what exactly we will be looking at it, and what to expect also in the coming few days, few weeks. I'm gonna talk about something that that's just like my opinion. I know you might just like look at things, and tomorrow everyone's gonna start looking bullish again. The price is coming back into the range, and we will start seeing a lot of shenanigans up and down. Now, my expectations that at some stage before BTC, if as an example, we are like just like moving really in a bullish structure, at some stage, in order for me to get into some kind of a swing trades, I would like really to see BTC taking these lows. That's my play. Okay. So stay careful, be careful. in regards to this. I will cover the low time frame, but at some stage, I would really like to see BTC coming to this level. Can push to lower levels. We're going to cover which levels that you will be looking at it. But I can go quickly on something. Maybe it's gonna, as always, trading view. Every single time that I'm doing the review that I'm gonna post it on Twitter is just gonna start lagging. But it's fine. So would we come like, let's say, one more time to sweep this level and this level, maybe to come to this area? Very possible. 99, 100. We could push a little bit lower. We will see. That could take time, guys. Don't like, just like that could take time. That could take a little bit of time. We will see if it's gonna play out. For the time being, we kept holding these levels. They played, they served you well. And then, we'll see what exactly to be dealing with for this coming week. Now, looking again into this, just to mark for you the levels in a proper way, and just to show you a few things on how you can play this and how you can execute this. Now, my main plays, usually it goes into Asia. And when I'm talking about Asia, you can go back to X and you're going to find a full thread where exactly I cleared for you some things in regards to Asia high, Asia low of Monday, and the other part, some things in regards to Friday high and Friday low. We'll see how exactly things it's playing out. We do have some kind of range that we might just like move in it and just get some kind of a movement on BTC, which this can definitely push all the way to the upper side and then come back to lower levels. We will see if this will play out in some kind of a structure. We could reject from here, so you need to pay attention on Asia, what exactly they will be doing, because there is still a probability that Asia might drop things to lower levels. Everyone is looking for you that if Asia is selling and just like sending things lower, I will just put it in this way, and I told you about it before. I'm not going to change it. Um, if Asia, they are dropping into Monday, it's something good. In general, if the price is dropping, that's a good sign that buyers are stepping in. Now, structurally, if we want, like, let's say, to look into things with just like looking at a low time frame, especially that you came, like, let's say, into this breaker, I mean, you could see just like, a little bit of a move to the upper side, and still you could just like, get some kind of a pullback here. And then after that, a continuation, it's still valid and it's still possible. You do have also this level that if the price is going to start gaining acceptance above it, you start moving to the upper side. Now, for the most important structure that you need to pay attention to it, because we had like last Friday and where exactly the price is now sitting, you do have two levels here that I'm going to mark it for you on the daily basis, and I'm going to mark it for you also on a 3 days time frame. So if you will be looking at the price here, we started gaining a little bit of acceptance above these levels. So the more that you consolidate here, you'll be expecting a move to the upper side, maybe to continue to the upper side. So these are two major levels to keep an eye on them. Also, like let's say for tomorrow. But again, for tomorrow, it depends on how exactly Asia it's gonna open. You're either gonna flow with it to the upper side, or maybe it's gonna give you some other signs, like let's say. But I'll make sure that I will drop for you the plan once we're gonna finish Asia tomorrow. So I'll drop for you, like let's say maybe a 10 minutes, putting for you all the assets that you're gonna be looking at it. I'm looking honestly to still to look into other assets, which is still there will be something on gold that also you're gonna get within this week. Hopefully it's gonna be small scalp plays on Discord that I'm gonna drop it for you. Um, but again, going back into this, things are looking, I would say, fine. 12 hours time frame, we started, catching some momentum to the upper side. That's absolutely normal. The price been just like running to the downside, and you'll be looking just like, for an upside movement. We do have this to be your main breaker on the 12 hours time frame. There's still a possibility, as I said, that you might move to the upper side a little bit into the weekly open, and still you might come back to take these lows. Could be these lows, could be this, could be fully this, or it could be just like, toward this area that they will run just like the stops. From here, you can move to the upper side still in something like this. and still later on you might come and sweep these lows. This kind of a structure might take time. This kind of structure might take, 2 weeks, I would say, might play into November. I really don't know. For the time being, as long as we are not taking these lows, for me, I'm playing the weekly trades. I'm not going to be looking for swing trades to carry it. We've been long into this. We will see how exactly Monday it's gonna play. The main scenario that I gave it to you long time ago. It was if we're gonna come to these levels, maybe even push a little bit higher. We were exactly at around these levels that I was looking for the price to come to take these lows. Now it happened. It's not like I do have some kind of magical stick. It didn't happen with the way how exactly I wanted it. It happened with the liquidation candle. I wish that it happened just like for a normal drop, even if it's going to be an aggressive drop that I will be looking definitely to long it. It didn't happen in the same kind of price action that I was looking at it. By then, it happened fine. So for now, as I said, I'm just going to be looking for an intra-week and intraday trades on BTC as long as we're not coming to take these lows. Well, if we're going to start coming and we're going to take these lows, then fine. I'll be looking for some kind of maybe a swing trades that we're going to be holding it for higher levels. We'll see if that would be the case or it's not going to be the case. But I'm going to be looking for some kind of, price action that it might come later on toward these levels, take the lows from here, come back and get into the range. This will be some kind of a main play that I'll be looking at it for BTC. But again, once it's gonna happen, and if it's gonna happen, we will be covering it separately. Something to keep an eye on it. As I said, it's more of a swing trade. It's not like, let's say, an intraday or an intra-week. It's just the way how exactly I'm looking at things for the time being. Other than this, we follow Asia. We see what exactly the triggers that we're gonna get it, and then later on we keep looking at things. Now, in order to cover for you, um, in order to cover ETH actually, which is I would like really to look at ETH and explain to you something on why I just put for you that for me it's in no man land. Um, we're gonna move to ETH and let's check it out. I need just to see where exactly I put the chart so I can cover it for you. Here we go. That's fine for now. Yeah, it's fine on this one. We'll cover also Sol. Don't worry about it. So look, for me, if I want to go on just an empty chart, clean chart without even having any distractions, we're gonna clean everything so we can put things in like a full way of how exactly usually I do analyze it. So I'm gonna just start with the weekly chart. Then I'll move to the monthly, and then we will see how exactly things is going from here. On the weekly time frame, that's kind of a clean SR level that you can rely on it. It's a clean SR. As for now, we are under this. You can shift it a little bit to the upper side. Usually, honestly, I do like really to stick to the body of the candles, not just the wicks. So I do like, to take it into kind of two levels. So it is, for now, it's in the middle of nowhere. What I didn't really like as a structure that we didn't take these lows fully. We just like, I wouldn't be calling like double bottom. I would like really sometimes just like looking for sweeping this low fully. This is by the way on the perpetual. So I would like really still a drop to sweep these lows, and then after that a recovery to come from around these levels on the daily time frame. She could push to the upper side. It depends on what BTC it's gonna do. But again, aligned with BTC on a swing trade, I will be considering something like this as a deviation back into the range, looking to the upper side. If this is gonna happen, gladly I will be looking at it. If BTC is going to drop lower, and that's just something to consider or just to take into consideration, we might come into this cluster of consolidation. That's very possible. Still, it's going to be looking fine for me. I wouldn't have an issue with it. But the way how exactly I'm looking at things, it's just, the monthly time frame. So the monthly time frame, as for now, we do have a clear uh, levels for now. We do have this, we do have this, and also we do have this level that is coming from the previous one. So That's the range that we have it for now. It's from here to here. This is almost the mid of the range. We do have also a very interesting level from the quarterly candle. It's also sitting at around these levels. So for me, structurally, if we started getting acceptance above the 4,150 and to hold above it, um, you know, just move to the upper side, maybe come back, retest, hold this, then fine. Yeah, it has the capacity to trade the range high. Just run all these stops that you have them here. Very possible. But for me, I would say I would really like to get into this kind of a move to the downside. Now, if I would be looking on something at a high time frame, ETH is looking for now better than BTC as a high time frame. But by the way, you are still moving under the quarterly open for most of the altcoins. And for me, that's kind of, it's not really a nice sign, I would say. So for now, these are the levels that I do have them from a yearly perspective. I would really like to get into this kind of a sweep from here. I move to the upper side and again above the 4,150, then it's fine, just like again trading back above previous year high, and there is nothing really that you can do except following the momentum. If really the momentum it's gonna start catching from here, and you just like trade an asset in an uptrend. So there is really nothing that you can do it more than this. One thing that I want really to highlight it for you, where a lot of people they struggle big time when it's coming to trade an asset in an uptrend. I do have really some kind of a nice structure when you are trading in an uptrend, that I do have this kind of a formation that usually it's happening, which is you move and you consolidate, you shift to the upper side. It has nothing to do with really a bull flag or not a bull flag. I do have like some nice triggers if in case we formed some kind of a local liquidity or a local consolidation in some kind of a move. I would really like or pay attention a lot on sweep of this liquidity before a continuation to the upper side. I don't like just playing the consolidation like this or the breakout from it. So I'm a little bit selective into these kind of things. Or sometimes if it's going to keep pushing to the upper side, it might give you some kind of a play at a later stage where you look for the continuation. These are the kind of things that usually I do pay attention to it when it's coming to the uptrend. I'm trying just to keep it as simple as this. It might not be as simple as how exactly I put it for you. But if you will be going, like, let's say, to the educational sessions, you're going to find that it makes a lot of sense of what exactly I'm talking about. So that's for ETH as a full, like, let's say, tier. So I would really like, just some kind of a drop here, if in case we're gonna get it. That would be nice. She might take a little bit of time on this move and the consolidation to the downside. Not gonna be reviewing honestly total 2 and total 3. I do see that they are kind of useless for us to cover them. I wouldn't be looking at them at all. Something that I will cover it for you tomorrow, and I will be giving you all the details because we need to see how exactly the market is going to open for tomorrow. But I will be covering for you 3 new assets additional to these assets. But I will be looking deeper and deeper into US oil, into palladium, aluminum, and also Sensex. So these are assets that oil for me, it's in a discounted zone. So I would really like playing some kind of reversals into these kind of assets. The rest is just like moving in an uptrend and could confirm, a continuation for the trend and the move to the upper side. Same of how exactly happened on gold for anyone that is looking on gold. Um, look, we traded gold like really in a beautiful and decent way. But when you get these kind of trending assets, you want to get the best out of it. That's all what I'm going to be saying. Again, I'm sticking to the idea that for me, topping on gold, we'll see if that's really a top. Don't be too optimistic on what exactly you're seeing on X. Gold is topping, altcoin season, all the money it's gonna flow in altcoin. I mean, for God's sake, most of them they are trading under the quarterly open, so they have really a lot to do. So yeah, Hi all, my Palladium 1600 hit nicely. Yeah, I remember. I remember. I mean, for people, look, I really don't like. Sorry, I really don't like. Just let's trading view. Let me just check the messages again. Remind me with it tomorrow. Remind me with it tomorrow. It's it's fine. Remind me just with it tomorrow. We're gonna have a look at it. Look, for me, it's just too slow, you know. That's my main issue with Cooper. It's just too slow of a move. I don't really like the volatility of it when it's coming to trading on leverage. I do prefer trading other assets on leverage that it's just like faster with how exactly they move. Uh, that's usually what I do prefer. I'm not gonna lie to you. Uh, can I give you something on this? It might serve you. Uh, just with the way how exactly it moved recently. Uh, just allow me a second so I can move the screen to the other screen and then show it to you. Can I give you some levels? I think they will serve you. Uh, but I just don't really don't like how slow it is when it's moving. That's all, you know. Uh, nothing nothing personal. Uh, but I just don't really like the speed of the move on it when it's coming to leverage trades. That's all, you know. On BTC also, guys, like just don't really FOMO and don't do anything. I just like be patient. Um, as for now, it's looking fine. You put some kind of reversal signs here with this move and drop to the downside. The best part of it, I would say, is really to come and to take these lows. It would be really nice. It would be really nice if you will come to take these lows before just like a move to the upper side. You do have a decent amount of imbalance that still has the capacity to continue for higher levels. I just don't like it when it's coming to leverage trades. I just don't like it. But as a structure, I mean, not gonna lie to you, it's nice. You know, it has the potential to continue to the upper side. It has absolutely. Not gonna lie to you, but I just don't like it when it's coming to trading on leverage. That's all. I really like I'm too selective when it's coming to trades on to trading on leverage because it's the only thing that I do. I don't trade on spot, you know. So if something is not moving the way how exactly I would like really to see it moving, then um I just can't, you know, I just can't digest it. So yeah. Now in regards to Sol, especially that Tina you asked about, so look, under 195, now on a low time frame, you get a nice kind of structure here, okay? But the same way of how exactly I was talking about BTC. At some stage, I would really like these lows to be taken out. Could this happen in some kind of play for Sol? Very possible. You know, I would really like to get something like this. This move to the upper side could push a little bit higher. before it's gonna start giving you some kind of pullbacks or retraces. I'm gonna again deal with it in the same way. Could we push to the upper side and then hold these levels and then just like be back into the range? Possible. Still, it just like got some kind of a nice structure in the last 3 days. But having this, I would prefer really to just like sweep them. We could just like really get into something like this. Then if you're gonna start moving fully from here, I'm fine with it. For me, the move that you put it on Sol and the move that you put it on ETH and also on BTC, that's by the end, it's a downtrend. And yeah, you want just like the price really to give you some kind of a base out. But above the 195, that's a total difference. Sorry, but just um, remember that you are under the quarterly open. So something really that you have to pay attention to it, you know. Most of alts, by the way, you are under the quarterly open. You do have Tau that it's trading above the quarterly open, maybe SNX, but the rest, yeah, you are just like trading under the quarterly open. So it might take a little bit of time. It's just like that's like your quarterly open. So you just like lost it, came back to retest it, and just like you are here. So that's also the yearly open. I'm not sure where exactly you're going to be closing this weekly candle, if it's under the yearly open or above it. That's major level for Sol. So I'm not going to be rushing anything like, let's say, on alts. I'm going to just align it with BTC. And wherever BTC is just going, then just like you have the same thing that it goes, by the way, on ETH. On ETH, you are exactly at the same exact level. You are under the quarterly open. There is still probability that you might retest it and then reject from it here. Very possible. Or a reclaim above it and hold above it, then that's a total different story, you know. But most of alts, to be honest with you, just like most of them, you do have SNX, it's pushing higher, it's fine, you know, just like you're by default above the quarterly open. Still, you didn't get any acceptance above the yearly open, but it's looking fine. I have no issue with it. Um, Tau also, it's looking fine. It didn't really come back, like let's say to lower levels, but this is again the yearly open, so it needs some good uplifting, I would say, from here. I don't like the idea of how exactly the price moved in general on Tau. It was extremely fast for the recovery. I just don't like the idea of how exactly it's getting just like, you know, chilled to every single account on Twitter. I'm fine with just like trading it maybe on daily basis on some kind of a triggers that usually we are dealing with it. But other than this, you know, I just like traded gold. I traded Tau way earlier. Now above the 445, that's a total different story. But you need just like weeks of it closing and maybe a month closing above it. The last thing that I played it on Tau, it was a short as a play, which it was this drop that you get it from here. Above this, you do have like some kind of levels that you might come to it, but I'm just like telling you, just like be a little bit careful when it's coming to alts. Don't rush things, you know. So can you look also at TA, which is the beta on Tau? AI is moving. Again, all of them, they are under the quarterly open. So, you know, it's just Tau is fine above the quarterly open. This one, I do advise you not to touch it. Oh, wait a second. I mean, it's a new, I do advise you not to touch it if it's like on leverage. I really don't know anything about it. It's a new token. I will not be able to help you in these kind of plays. You want just like a simple TA that I can give it to you, but just, I mean, uh, in these kind of new assets, if I would really like to get something in these new assets, it's the normal plays that usually you are getting it where the asset it's moving to the upper side and then it keeps dropping. Then you kind of a base out for a little bit of a long period. And then after that, you start shifting to the upper side, you know. That's a kind of a structure that I do usually look at it. But this, I mean, no, I mean, just be too selective, guys, when it's coming to alts. I'm not really the best person to ask about alts. I'm not. I know that. You want something on leverage, gladly, you know, but you want something on spot, you want something on alts. I'm gonna be telling you, like, you know, the last thing that we were buying it on SNX, you know, just like we have an average buy of maybe $2, 2.1 on SNX, but don't tell me like it recovered, you know, like I'm too smart with my buys. Forget about it. I'm not smart at all in these kind of things when it's coming to spot. I really don't buy it, you know. I don't just like rely on spot a lot. It's just like some buys sometimes when there is really some kind of a move, but my exposure for it, it doesn't exceed like a 10% of what usually I do trade. So I'm not the best person when it's coming to alts on spot and these kind of things. On leverage, gladly when there will be a move, I can give you like the best plays when it's coming to these kind of things. Um, but yeah, spots just or new tokens. No, I'm not the best. I like the idea of shorting them. I like the idea of shorting them. That's the whole thing. Uh, Give it like, a nice move to the upper side, a Ponzi move to the upper side. Uh, like every single asset that you could be looking at it. I like giving setups on it when it's coming to shorts. Um, I just like it a lot, and by the end they play out. Don't ask me why, but when there will be a max extension at some stage, they they will give you what you want. So yeah, I like shorting alts when it's coming to extended moves to the upper side. Sometimes they take a little bit of a little bit of time. I would say that you might just like, play it and not getting your best setup when it's coming to the swing shorts. But then when you get it, you just get it, and that's your second best asset in the market. Uh, when she falls, when there would be some kind of a level, it gets you what you want. That's all really what I can tell you on these kind of things. When they fall, just they fall. So for me, alts, they are designed just to short them. When they move, you just short them. That's the whole thing. Where exactly to short them, it has to be extended move. That's all. So again, I'm not your best person when it's coming to alts. Gladly, I will give you every single kind of technical analysis on any major asset. But for alts, it's just when there will be major moves when it's coming to alts, I do trade them also on leverage with the normal exact strategies and setup that I use them all the time, but it's not something that I do get a big exposure on them, and I do rotate from an asset to another asset. Too selective when it's coming to these plays. I do prefer to play the move after the first move happened on an asset. So that's usually how I plan for it. And when something is just like, basing out against BTC, um, before when I explained to you as an example, how Tau based out and what exactly we traded here. You can see what exactly happened. By the end, I mean, forget about it. We got it like literally from around these levels and just like it moved to the upper side and then you see what happened. I mean, that's not a normal price action. That's really not a normal price action. That's what we played for the long, and then you can see what happened later on. Just like drop to the downside. Look at this. I mean, you would like give some kind of speculations that yeah, it based out, but then look what happened. So yeah, you don't really rely that much on altcoins. You just play them, and if they get you something, be happy with it, and just make sure you bank profits because if you're gonna keep it on the table, it's not gonna stay. So yeah, that's pretty much how it is. I'm gonna also cover for you Nasdaq and S&P tomorrow. I need just to see really how exactly it's opening. There is a decent probability that we might get this move to the upper side. Uh, Best if we will get this, but I'm not sure about like let's say sweeping the lows and coming like let's say to this area. I do prefer definitely to get this, but we don't control really the price at all. Um, that's in general what I have. And as I said, gold tomorrow, I'm gonna update you on it and expect at least to get yourself like let's say two daily trades on gold that I'm gonna be dropping it for you guys in the free Discord. So hopefully it's gonna get you something. Hopefully they're gonna be winning the trades and just these are um daily scalp trades, all right? So you need just to make sure that you are getting it in a proper way. We are all overextended on cycle data. Don't know, don't know how exactly you are making the measurements for relying on cycle data. Uh, with all my respect, it's way deeper than just putting days or You need to understand every asset, what exactly she did. As did she expand? Did she just like make major moves? Blah blah blah. All these kind of things. I don't think so. It doesn't mean that you will be. I mean, we didn't really make a major moves. Like, let's say, go check the last post that I put it for you on X in regards to the moves that you did it. Like, let's say on BTC, you didn't really make major moves. On BTC to say that it's way too overextended. That's as an example on BTC. It doesn't mean that she can't go to the 70 or the 80K. She can definitely. Next year, also, we still have a lot to deal with it. To the upper side or to the downside, both of them. But I don't know what exactly you are talking about when it's coming, like, let's say, extended to cycle data. If it's going to be about the time, I mean, it's just like I see it normal. I'm not telling you, like, you're going to go to 200, 180, 100. No, I'm not saying that. But I mean, you're just like, just to stay just like with a neutral bias. That's all what I can tell you. Just to stay with the neutral bias, I think it's going to help you a lot. Um, yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Tomorrow, every single thing that we spoke about it, I'm gonna mark for you the trades that at least I will be taking it as just like weekly trades. And yeah, we'll see what exactly it's gonna happen. But my advice again for you guys, make sure to diversify the assets that you are trading. You really don't want just to get stuck into trading altcoins or into trading crypto, while other assets they are moving in a beautiful way. I can give you a guarantee 99% of the accounts that you see them out there on Twitter, they just like saw gold. Maybe they started trading gold and FOMOing in here instead of just looking for it like way lower, just sticking to the idea that Bitcoin is the digital gold and Bitcoin is going to do this, Bitcoin is going to do that. The other part, and don't get me wrong, really, on this one, I'm just going to give you my opinion on it, okay? Um, Again, it's not really a financial advice. It's nothing. Speaking of this, that everyone is just gonna start, giving you this kind of information here. Hear me out on this. Is there a probability that BTC against gold it's gonna start bouncing from here? There is, but let me put it in a clear way. As long as you don't reclaim this, then this is on the table. Okay? Simple. That's it. You lost a major level here. That's your 12, that's your yearly structure that you do have it. So yeah, it's fine. It's nice. BTC against gold. It's a nice chart. Nice chart. You don't have really an issue with it on the yearly, going on the 3 months time frame. Maybe you come to take the lows. So it's a nice consolidation. I'm not I'm not against it at all. It's a nice consolidation. So, but by the end, yeah, just be careful. That's all what I'm gonna be saying. Just be careful. Japan 225. I'm looking very much to short German. Have been over the last few weeks. Also, Japan shrinking economy. Look, just I mean, we shorted Jer last week. Uh, exactly. This was the setup for the short for us. It played well, but for me, I'm not seeing it other than a range for now. Most, by the way, of these assets is just in a range. I don't have like really any kind of a setup for like some kind of a swing trades shorts on this, not by any chance. We'll see how exactly this week it's gonna come. 3 months time frame. Not sure why exactly you would be looking for this as something bearish. Yeah, I know that you are sweeping every single quarter, the one after it, but it's more of a range for me. Uh, these kind of things, for me, it's not topping. Uh, Always you need just to give it the benefit of the doubt and just wait for more price action to develop in these kind of assets. This is a little bit difficult to be a top signs when it's coming to these kind of candles. You see a sell pressure, I'm good with it, but what you don't really what you need to realize is that sometimes it's just getting some kind of a consolidation for one more move to the upper side, or could be a continuation to the upper side. So just something just to give it the benefit of the doubt. I'm not talking about anything else. Now, speaking of Nikki, as you already mentioned it. Same thing on the monthly basis. It's looking nice on a daily time frame. For me, it's looking nice. You saw some kind of a rejection from here. For me, still, I think, I mean, if I'm going to be looking at it just on a yearly candles, what exactly you did, it's a nice yearly candle. So as for now, I really don't have much like to tell you. That just like, it's looking like topping. I'm not sure why it's looking like topping. Quarterly candles after this consolidation, you just started moving to the upper side. Be careful on these kind of things. Things are looking fine when it's coming to these major stock. You get, I would say, this was a decent opportunity, like let's say to put some kind of major local top, I would say. It's not there yet. There could be one more run to the upper side before considering anything. I know that big short from very top was one of my best. Yeah, it's fine. Um, that was a 101 short. Um, we didn't really need. It's a beautiful that you shorted it, but yeah, it's nice. But again, I'm not looking at these assets that it's just like topping. I think you might get some kind of nice range bound move up, down, up, down. It's very possible. We'll see what exactly we're gonna get. And as I said, by tomorrow, I'm gonna be updating you guys on what could be some kind of nice plays. Uh, and yeah, as I said, something you might get the benefits from it also in regards to um, the winners for the Discord. I'm gonna be giving you the details tomorrow on X. Uh, I'm really not a fan of these kind of things of like, retweet, comment, blah blah blah. I don't really farm engagement. I never did it. So, but it might be just the only way that we can just like, put these kind of things and just choose six of you guys um to get like, let's say, the gift. And yeah, it will be the first and the last time that I'm gonna ask you to do that, or we might do something on YouTube. We'll see how exactly it's gonna go from there. Winners, yeah. So we do have one of the members that he decided to gift three people from the followers on X, just like one monthly subscription in our paid Discord. And yeah, I decided also to gift three from my side. So the total, they're going to be six. So that's how exactly it is. He decided just not to mention the name. Maybe I'm going to sneak the name. We'll see. But we'll update you guys. Maybe he's not going to be here or he's here. I don't know. We'll see. So we'll see how exactly things it's gonna move from here. Wish you all the best, guys, and enjoy the rest of your weekend. We'll catch up with you by tomorrow and we'll update you accordingly. Enjoy. Cheers. Bye bye.